know something's bad. It's all over the news. You're getting 15 calls a minute. But, oh, you were on call, bro. Oh, my God, this dude is such a loser.
911 location of your emergency.
Breaking news out of North Idaho. Moscow police are investigating a homicide on King Road.
Is she breathing?
No.
So 5'10", all black. Could you see what color his eyebrows were or anything like that?
No, I don't remember what his eyes look like either.
Officers discovered the bodies of Ethan Chapin, Xana Kernodle, Maddie Mogen, and Kaylee Goncalves, but no weapon has been located at this time.
Arrested. That's 28-year-old Bryan Kohberger in custody today.
Kohberger allegedly stalked one of the victims. That's false.
We do not have evidence that the defendant had direct contact with 1122 or with residents of 1122, but we can put his phone in that area. There are many residences in that area. It's a dense population of mostly college-related occupants.
Everything is alleged.
We crossed off the rumors we'd heard. We said, was there a shooting? Was there fentanyl? And he said, no, that's all BS, guys.
He said, no. He said,
which I'm very grateful he did that because
he told us. He said, no, it was none of that. He said, this was a homicide. And I said, a homicide? And he said, I said, she was murdered. And right now we're still thinking just Kaylee. I said, she was murdered. Somebody murdered her. And he said,
that's the first time we actually heard of a murder.
He said,
so people who are thinking that we just jump in the car and drive. I was on call hospital. I'm supposed to be within 25 miles of the hospital. And you're not going to just jump in there when you've only heard it's an unconscious person at a party. You're like, what's that mean? And somebody's already on the way down there. You know, something's bad. But
you know something's bad. It's all over the news. You're getting 15 calls a minute. But, oh, you were on call, bro. Oh, my God, this dude is such a loser. I'm not a parent, but when my brother was killed in 2017, I'm so sorry. And it was seconds after that phone call. We drove all night to get there. And I live in West Virginia, driving to Florida. These parents, they irritate me. Exactly. If this was a married couple and this was a husband and the wife was murdered or missing, all of this shit right here would be the biggest red flags to anybody. If this was a young child and a young couple, like the Lily and Jack situation, or Quentin Simon, like if it was anything like that, okay, and the parents that were left behind were saying the kind of crazy ass, selfish, demented shit that these two are saying, everybody would be on their asses. Everybody would be on their asses. That's literally all we ever see. But because it's them, blinders, earmuffs. I don't get it. It's disgusting and I don't understand it.
We're calling the hospital and they were telling us that Kaylee wasn't in the hospital. They were but no, he did confirm that it was, he said, yes, ma'am. He said it was actually a quadruple.
I don't know the time exactly, Jackie. She didn't say the time. She just said that it was in the early morning hours. And so I just assumed that it was probably around the exact same time because it's something that's triggered by like anxiety and stress and shit like that. And it's, according to her, the only time in their entire 20 plus now 30-year relationship he'd ever had to go to urgent care. And it happened to be that morning. She only mentioned it in one interview. One. She probably was not supposed to, but she did. It was about, a year and a half, almost 2 years after the case. And it threw everybody back like, I'm sorry, where the hell was Steve? What happened? That's weird. That's weird. So he's on call, but he's also got like a rash that's taken him to the emergency room. So no doctor's note, no, hey, I had to go to urgent care and now I've got diagnosed with something and I'm in a lot of pain with this thing on my face and they gave me some meds and I need somebody to take my on-call shift. Not any of that. How early did y'all start drinking with that football game? Because I'm really wondering if that's the reason why y'all didn't go anywhere. Were y'all drunk? Were y'all just wasted? Completely day wasted watching the football game? Because, I mean, if that's the case, cool. Just tell us. At least it's a real excuse. Not to drink and drive and then, y'all die on the way down there. I mean, that'd be horrible. But you could at least be honest. I mean, damn. I just don't understand how they think that any of this is cute, kosher, or any damn thing else. None of this makes y'all look good. At all.
Homicide. And I said a quadruple homicide. And then that's when I asked, I said, can you confirm if one of the other victims was Maddie Mogen? And he said, yes, ma'am. And I was like,
We had just got off the phone with her mom, and we're just like, what do we do now?
She was 25 minutes out, but I got off the phone with Karen right before the sheriff pulled up, and she said, I'm 25 minutes out.
Tell us that. I mean,
Moscow.
You don't know when you wake up that morning that your daughter's dead and you're going to get a phone call. And if you're day drinking, watching the football game, there's nothing wrong with that either. People do whatever the hell they want to do. Okay. If you're watching the football game and you're having a couple beers, all you have to do is just be honest if that's the case. Because on call for work ain't an excuse, baby. I'm sorry. You just sound stupid.
If I get him, I'll have Kaylee call you. And I was like, okay, perfect. She just thought that, and again, the news was still reporting it's a unconscious person. The hospital was telling us it wasn't Kaylee.
See, they didn't even bother to call Karen. They knew about it 25 minutes before Karen got to Moscow and found out. And people that actually care about her could have called her and said, hey, I need you to pull over. We need to talk. We just got a knock on the door from a sheriff. We need to talk about what they told us. And all she would have had to have done is had her and Scott pull over the car. And then they could have told her on the damn phone instead of them being told by strangers. I mean, I know that's just a thing, but they made a conscious decision. These two made a conscious decision not to call Karen and tell her themselves. And I don't vibe with that at all. I don't like it.
We're a small community still, so it's not like a lot of people even went through a dry run of something like this. The communication wasn't
that.
And I think we were really just trying to not accept that, just not believe.
Exactly. When he comes out and says that the reason why he didn't go over there that night is because he was drinking and he wished he would have drove, nobody faults Jeff for that at all. I feel so freaking bad for him because I don't know if he's remembering things right. And I only say that because in the damn police report, when they're talking, like the police report that's written up for them talking to Jeff and Jazz, they both have them last talking to Xana on Friday night, not Saturday. And his entire thing that he has said himself has always been about Saturday night. And I'm like, damn, has he been holding on to this? Like, I should have went over there because I could have fought this dude. Has he been holding on to that for all this time? And he's got the wrong date in his mind because his phone actually says Friday, but his brain is telling him Saturday. That's something that I've been really freaking curious about because the damn police report says Friday. But you can tell that he regrets it, but no one faults him for that. No one would fault them for that if that was the case. But at this point, I'd still fault you because you've been lying this entire time. I'd be like, oh, okay, well, that makes sense. But F you still because you came out here and told 1,000 million different stories for 4 years for nothing. So I think it's just a little bit too late for these people. But the reality is, just like with Olivia's dumb shit about, oh my God, if they would have called 911, then everybody would have been complaining about that too because, oh my God, what kind of house do they live in where they just think they hear some noises and people are being murdered? That is not the case, you stupid dumb shit. I cannot stand these people. God, I can't stand these people.